Hi, and welcome to Mornings with Meep, or rather afternoon with Meep today. Um, and what is afternoon but second morning? And this is the benefit of doing it in the afternoon instead of morning. I'm having a little bit of Prosecco this time instead of tea or coffee. So let's do a rundown from the last week and think about what we have to look forward to in the upcoming week. So again, on Monday, as per usual, I took a look back at 1918 and just commented on some current news of an avian flu vaccine being developed. And that's really important because a lot of the pandemics and the actual worst flu epidemics relate to stuff like avian flu and swine flu, flus coming over from animals. Taxing Tuesday, I saw the plan for New Jersey to want to be number one with regards to corporate tax, and they don't actually get a lot of money via corporate tax. And if they keep driving away the corporations, perhaps the individual income tax for the state will also go down. I went through examples of different property tax levels, and I had those at constant numbers, even though it didn't make a lot of sense at lower income levels. But that was just to test it on kind of one parameterization. This upcoming week, so looking forward to the next Taxing Tuesday, I'm going to be looking at state income taxes. Now, what's the difference? You still have a cap property or income tax. The combination of them is going to be capped. Well, in one, I'm doing a level amount, and then for income tax, because of the way most state income taxes work, I'm going to have it as a level percent. So we'll look at that coming up. On Wednesday, I had what I hope is the last item on Andrew McCabe's pension, because I have a feeling other items are going to be a little more important to McCabe and other people in that situation. Okay, so let's go to the next. Then for my divestment series, I was looking at some of the lawsuit oil companies, and the oil companies kind of pointing out, hey guys, I think you're being a little hypocritical, because when you do your bond offerings, you might comment on climate change, might have an impact, but not being able to quantify it. If you're going to sue about some kind of harm that we've done to you, so some kind of harm that we, the oil companies, have done to you, the states, quantify of the judgment. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, because it's similar to the tobacco companies, but not exactly the same. So that should be interesting to watch. Then my Around the Pensionosphere was a Friday thing. Well, second Friday, it was on Saturday, and you just heard my son go by in the background. Some items there, Illinois, I'm probably not going to really cover the governor's race, other than candidates, and that's the Democratic candidate, is proposing a progressive income tax in Illinois, which actually would require amending the Illinois state constitution. If they could do it for the income tax, maybe they could do it for the pension. Should be interesting. I don't really think that's going to happen. California has a bunch of stuff that's been going on lately, and with regards to shareholder activism. I had a little piece in there that I linked, it's not mine, about how they got involved, the California pension funds got involved in, I don't know how to put it other than, okay, here's the nice way, convincing various banks not to help with the financing of the Dakota oil pipeline. And I didn't see anything anywhere about them and their fiduciary duty. That might be a basis. And we got Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, as you may know, is going through some kind of pseudo-bankruptcy, which would require, in a real bankruptcy, yes, you're discharging your debts, but you also have to be a little realistic about your future expenditures. And it's not clear to me that Puerto Rico is all that realistic about what's going on with the pensions there. It is pay-as-you-go. It was basically unfunded. I don't know where that money is coming from that's supposedly paying Puerto Rican pensions, but then Puerto Rican finances are a bit of a mess, and I don't mean in terms of outgo being too high and incoming being too low, which is obviously true, but I don't know when the last year they had an audited financial statement that they actually know where the money is coming from and where the money is going to. That's kind of basic. If a state doesn't have that control over their finances, so think of William, Dabnabbit. So think of William the Conqueror and the Doomsday Book or Domesday Book, where he went through the whole point of it. It was a census, but it was to figure out what kind of revenue he could get as the King of England. A really important concept. You know, if you don't have finance in your nation, and this is in your state, I should say, because that could be a nation, that could be, you know, one of the U.S. states. You don't have a state. It's happened many times before, and so this is one of my basic ideas that I keep pounding. Everybody says government doesn't go out of business, but it has several times before, and it's almost always related to money. So anyway, see you this upcoming week. Tomorrow, again, I'll be looking at 1918, so that should be interesting. And again, not much is going to go on about this flu pandemic. It's in its early stages worldwide, and the news is suppressed. So I'm actually not really expecting to see much of anything this year on that. Taxing Tuesday I have keyed up, and that's, this is why I have the Prosecco. I'm going to talk a little bit, very little bit, about that omnibus spending bill. I'm not happy about that, and a lot of people aren't happy about that, so I'm not unique. I don't really have much new to say, but I found some interesting stuff. So we'll see else what's coming on, and I probably will have something on Kentucky because I have a whole bunch of links that I've just kind of accumulated and have not posted yet. That's probably ripe. I was kind of waiting for the legislative session to end in complete failure, but it's still all a royal. I don't know where it's going to end. Oh well. Bon appetit, or